Hi friends, happy Monday. This week we are learning a new letter of the week, a new number of the week, and it is our first read aloud of November, so we have a new color of the month. So for today's read aloud, we will be reading Pick a Pumpkin, Mrs. Millie. We will be learning all about the letter G. So last week we did F, and now we're learning about G. So we have the uppercase G and the lowercase g. And we have how to sign the letter G. So we've learned A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we have the letter G. And we're going to learn a new number of the week. And our number of the week is the number 7. There's the number 7 there. And we have our color of the month. And our color of the month for November is the color brown. So you have the word brown right there, and there's some different brown items. We have some brown chocolate, a brown acorn, and a brown bear. So at the end of the month, we'll have our brown day, but we're doing brown for November. All right, friends, let's get started. To begin, we're going to read Pick a Pumpkin, Mrs. Millie. Here you have all those oranges and yellows, those fall colors. Pick a pumpkin, Mrs. Millie. Some different jack-o'-lanterns there. Mrs. Millie, our teacher, is really silly. Good morning, class, she says. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too, Mrs. Millie, we say. That is silly. She said it's mice to see you. Today we're going to the pumpkin patch, Mrs. Millie tells us. Don't be silly, Mrs. Millie. You mean the pumpkin patch. We'll pick up pumpkins for our harvest party and bring them yak to school. No, we shout. You mean back to school. Oh, Mrs. Millie. We line up and get on the bus. It's cold today, Mrs. Millie says. Don't forget your jackals. Don't you mean our jackets, we say, giggling. At the farm, Farmer Don greets us at the gate. We'll go on a hayride, says Mrs. Millie. Everybody on the dragon. Don't be silly, Mrs. Millie. You mean the wagon. The hayride takes us down the road. Look, calls Mrs. Millie, a harecrow. We know what you mean. A scarecrow, we tell her. We climb off the wagon and run into the field. Be sure to pick a pig one, calls Mrs. Millie. Mrs. Millie, you mean a big one. We wade through the muddy fields. Look for round orange pumas, called Mrs. Millie. Pumpkins, we shout. After everyone has found a pumpkin, we load them onto the wagon. Now we will visit the barn, says Mrs. Millie. You can be the animals. Don't be silly, Mrs. Millie. You mean see the animals. We feed the horses. We toss grain to the chickens. Mrs. Millie takes a picture of the pigs. Time to put the boats, she says, smiling. Silly, Mrs. Millie, you mean the goats. Mrs. Millie pets a billy. Let's help Farmer Don snake the leaves, says Mrs. Millie. You're silly, we cry. You mean rake the leaves. We jump into the leaf pile. Look at their rakes made out of snakes. I spy a corn maze, says Mrs. Millie. Who wants to play hide and sheep? Hide and seek, Mrs. Millie, we yell. Ready for some hot apple spider? Asked Mrs. Millie. You mean apple cider, we say. How can you be so silly? Finally, it's time to leave. We'll take our pumpkins back to Mule, says Mrs. Millie. We know what you mean. Back to school, we shout. Donkey says, hee-haw. We can carve them into gecko lanterns. Silly Mrs. Millie, you mean jack-o'-lanterns, we tell her. Wasn't the pumpkin patch fun? Says Mrs. Millie as we line up for the bus. Yes, Mrs. Millie, we had fun, we shout. Farmer Don loads our pumpkins onto the bus. Thank you, we tell him. As the bus pulls away, we wave goodbye to Farmer Don and his Billy boats. Go. All right, friends. So our letter of the week is the letter G. And we already talked about the uppercase G and the lowercase g. And we learned how to sign the letter G. You can see my hand sign the letter G. And we can talk about how to write the letter G. So here I have a goat, goat. So you start right here at 1, go around, and then go in. Letter G has a happy grin. Go around, and then go in. Letter G has a happy grin. There's the letter G. Let's see if we can work on writing it together. Ready? Go around and then go in. Letter G has a happy grin. There you are, the letter G. We can think of some things that start with the letter G. So we talked about the letter, oh, the lights turned off. We talked about the goat, goat, G for goat. What about a favorite fruit, a grape, grape, goat, grape. How about good, good, good. All kinds of words start with the letter G. Do you have a letter G in your name? All right, friends, and for our number of the week we're going to be talking about this week, we have the number 7. So we've worked with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now 7. So just do a line across and bring it all the way down for 7. Let's count. I have 10 fingers. Let's count to 7 with my fingers. We'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can count this way as well. 1, let's see if I get it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can count my 7 fingers here. So 7. And then we have our color of the month, which is the color brown. I'm going to teach you guys how to sign the color brown. So you're going to take your letter B, and you're going to just slide it down your face. Brown. Brown. So you guys can take a peek around and see if you can find anything brown. Anything brown. Oh, my marker I was using was brown. All right, friends, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again for Friday's Read Aloud, where we're going to read another pumpkin story. We're going to review our letter G, our number 7, and our color brown. Have a great week. Bye, friends.